Good morning, class. How are you today? That's good to hear. Please stand up for a short prayer. Miss Santos, kindly lead the prayer, please. Thank you. Before you sit down, kindly pick up the pieces of dirt and arrange your chairs. So, Miss Secretary, please check the attendance and give it to me after the class. Thank you. So, any one of you here can tell what we have discussed yesterday? Yes, Mr. Lester. That's right. We have discussed about the importance of safety in the kitchen workplace. So before we move on to another topic, I have here a activity. So I will show you a picture and you're going to analyze it. So this is the picture. So based from the picture that we analyzed, what do you think our discussion will be today? Yes, Mr. Sina. Yes, that's right. Our topic for today will be types of hazard and risk in the kitchen workplace. So before we moved on to our lesson proper, I have here a video. So you're going to watch it and you're going to spot all the hazard that you think is present in this video. So let's watch the video.
See how many hazards you can spot in this walkthrough.
Did you spot all the hazard and risk that are present in the video? Let's watch again the video and let's see if you spot all the hazard and risk.
Did you catch them all? Let's back up and see if we can do it safer this time. That looks like a tripping hazard. Better put it back where it belongs. Dish towels aren't much protection from a hot pan. Oven mitts are a safer bet. Let's clean this up before someone slips and falls. Ouch! What's a sharp knife doing in this open drawer? A step stool is more stable for reaching a high shelf. Let's store this knife on a rack where it can't hurt anyone. Always clean up spills as soon as they happen.
So now that you have basic knowledge about hazard and risk, let us now move on to the lesson proper. So first, let us define what is hazard. So hazard is defined as a source of potential damage, cause accident or danger to something or someone. So a hazard can cause harm or adverse effect to individuals as health effects or organization as property or equipment loss. So in everyday terms, hazard is usually used to describe something as a threat or an obstacle. So, but in earth science field, hazard actually refers to the event that has the potential to cause harm. So next is risk. So what is risk? Risk is the chance of or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to a hazard. It may also apply to situations with property or equipment loss. In simple terms, risk is the possibility of something bad happening. So risk involves uncertainty about the effects or implication of an activity with respect to something that humans value, often focusing on negative and undesirable consequences. So many definitions have been proposed. So ano nga ba yung pagkakaiba ng hazard at risk? So hazard is something that could potentially cause harm, while risk is the degree of likelihood that harm will be caused. Now that you know the difference of hazard and risk, let us now move on to the types of hazard and risk in the kitchen workplace. So the first hazard is physical hazard. So physical hazard are either foreign materials unintentionally introduced to food products, example, metal fragments in ground meat, or naturally occurring objects like fish bone. So these physical hazards are very hazardous to the consumer. So physical hazard contaminates a food product at any stage of production. So ang physical hazard, yan yung mga physical objects na pwedeng mapunta sa food natin once na ma-mishandled natin. So, for example niyan is hair, nails, or jewelries. Kapag nag-prepare ka ng food, dapat wala kang any jewelries na suot at dapat may hairnet ka and may gloves. So, para maiwasan yung pagpunta or paghulog ng mga buhok sa pagkain natin. So, very hazardous to once na makonsume ng consumer or ng tao. Dahil nga, physical object to, pwedeng magbaga or pwedeng magbaga sa kanilang lalamunan and magkakos ng very serious na accident. So, next is biological hazard. So, biological hazard includes bacteria, parasites, fungi, and viruses. They can develop in poorly handled food or through contamination from an outside source. So, we must ensure that all of our produce has been purchased from a approved supplier. So, ang biological hazard naman ay yung mga pathogens na maaaring mabuo kapag na mishandled natin ang food natin. For example, ang meat or chicken, kailangan, di ba, nasa refrigerator siya. So, once na iniwan mo siya sa isang room temperature, pwedeng mag-grow dyan yung mga pathogens, mga parasites, na very hazardous once na ma-consume. So, kailangan careful tayo sa i-store ng ating food. Like, kunwari, ang mga meat, ang mga fish, nasa refrigerator, yung mga dry, nakahiwalay sa wet, para hindi maiwasan yung cross-contamination. So, very hazardous to once na ma-digest, especially yung mga pathogens, yung mga parasites, yung mga fungi. So, kailangan, yun nga, proper yung pag-handle ng food at iwasan ang iisang storage ng mga wet and dry foods. The third hazard is chemical hazard. So, chemical hazards include water, food, contact materials, cleaning agent, pest control substances, contaminants, example is yung acrylamide, pesticide, biocides, and food additives. So, ang chemical hazard naman, yan yung mga chemical agent na maaaring magkaroon ng contact sa ating food. For example, yung mga dishwashing soap, yung mga panglinis ng CR. So, once na magkaroon yan ng contact sa food natin, hindi na pwedeng kainin yung food na yon kasi hazardous na yon kasi may chemical na. So, dapat iwasan natin yung pag-i-store sa isang lalagyanan ng mga ingredients na ginagamit sa pagluto at ang mga chemical agents kasi nga delikado to. So, kailangan din yung mga food or yung mga ingredients natin may mga label, may mga pangalan para maiwasan or makasiguro tayo na tama yung mga ingredients na nilalagay natin sa pagkain natin. So, yung mga chemical hazard, dapat wala siya sa kitchen. Dapat nasa ibang lalagyanan siya or malayo dun sa mga ingredients para maiwasan natin na may halo yung chemical na yun sa pagkain natin. So, the last hazard is ergonomic hazards. So, ergonomic hazards include repetitive movements, vibration, temperature extremes, and awkward postures that arise from improper work methods and improperly designed workstation, tools, and equipment. So, yung ergonomic hazard naman, yan yung mga hazard na maaari natin ma-encounter sa mga bad postures. Like, for example, yung pagbubuhat ng mga deliveries, ng mga boxes, di ba? So, dapat, once na mali yung pagbuhat mo, may possibility na mabalian ka or maaksidente. So, kailangan tama yung pagkakalift mo ng mga boxes or mga deliveries para maiwasan yung accident. So, example din yan yung kapag maliit yung kitchen. So, hindi maiwasan yung magbungguan yung mga employees, yung mga chefs. So, kailangan maluwag at malaki yung space ng kitchen para makagalaw ng freely yung mga employees. Isa din dyang example is yung mga tools and equipments once na hindi tama yung paggamit natin. Like for example, yung knife. So, kung hindi tama yung paggamit ng knife, maaaring masugatan tayo or masugatan natin yung ibang katrabaho natin. Katulad din ng mga blender, once na hindi tama yung pag-handle natin ng blender, maaari itong makasakit sa mga employees. So that is the 4 types of hazard and risk in the kitchen workplace. So again, what is the 4 types of hazard and risk in kitchen workplace? First is, second is, the third is, and the last hazard is, very good. So I need 2 to 3 students to share what they learned from the discussion today. Wow, that is very a good realization. So thank you class for your participation. I hope lahat kayo may natutunan sa diniscuss natin ngayong araw.
Good morning, class. How are you today? Glad to hear that. So before we proceed, let us see if you could still recall our lesson last meeting. Anyone who could give us a recap of what we have discussed last meeting? Yes? Thank you. So now I prepared an activity. So here, please analyze the picture and guess the word based on the pic. So what did you observe on this activity? Why do you think proper measurement is important? So last question. Do you know any tools used for measuring specifically for ingredients? Okay, thank you for actively participating. So now, do you have any idea what we're going to discuss today? Correct. Specifically, it's about the different kinds of measuring tools and equipment used in baking. So before we proceed to our topic, let me just share to you our objective for today. At the end of the lesson, 85% of the learners are expected to first, discuss the different tools and equipment used in measuring ingredients and its techniques. Second, appreciate the importance of tools and equipment used in measuring ingredients. And third, perform the proper measurements of different ingredients. So class, let us dig deeper into the heart of our lesson. So here are the 5 common types of measuring tools used in baking. The dry measuring cup. It is a set of mark cups used to measure dry ingredients such as flour and sugar. They are either made of plastic, aluminum, or stainless steel. Liquid measuring cup or graduated cylinder. It is a transparent cup calibrated to indicate the amount of liquid or designed to measure liquids like water or milk. Measuring spoons. It is a set of spoons to measure small amount of ingredients. The dietetic scale or weighing scale. It is an instrument used to measure the weight of the items or ingredients. And lastly, timer. A kitchen utensil that is made to measure units of time for cooking or for the preparation of foods. Timers may be automatic or self-contained indicators. So those are the 5 common types of measuring tools used in measuring ingredients. So I want you to watch this video about proper measurement of different ingredients. right? So those are the techniques used in measuring different ingredients. I have a question. Why is measuring tools important in baking? So, any further question or clarification? Let's see if you really understand our lesson for today. Please determine the terms described in the statement. Number 1. It is used to measure dry ingredients such as flour and sugar. They are either made of plastic, aluminum, or stainless steel. So, what's the answer? Number 2. An instrument used to measure the weights of the items or ingredients. Number 3. It is used to measure small amounts of ingredients. 4. A transparent cup calibrated to indicate the amount of liquid. Number 5. In measuring a liquid ingredient, where should it be placed? Number 6. What level is required in leveling ingredients? And number 7. A kitchen tool that is made to measure units of time for cooking or for the preparation of foods. Congrats class, you are learning fast. So we will have a group task. Kindly group yourself into 5. You need to present or demonstrate the proper measurements of different ingredients such as flour, water, and white and brown sugar. And that's all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.